Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going over this 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee L here, but I would like to give a special thanks to Dadeland, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram for providing with the Jeep Grand Cherokee L. If you're in the market for a Jeep, you can come check out Dadeland, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. For 2021, Jeep is now finally offering a 3-row Grand Cherokee so it can compete against the Ford Explorer, also the Chevy Traverse, the Honda Pilot. So some really good competitors in this segment. So Jeep does want a piece of the pie when it comes to the 3-row family hauler here. But let's talk about the front styling here. Looking at these headlights, they're going to be a full LED with an LED turn signal and LED daytime running light. There's some chrome trim here in the front fascia because this is the limited model, and it does have the 7-slot grille here, which is a corporate Jeep design language with the Jeep emblem on top of the hood. There's LED fog lights here on the lower part of the bumper with some more chrome trim. Even on the base model, Jeep will give you full LED headlights as standard equipment, which I think is a nice touch. So Jeep is really coming to play here in this 3-row family hauler segment here. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell what you guys think about the Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Looking at the side profile here of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, let's start out with these tires and wheels here. These are a 265/50 tire. They're wrapped in this 20-inch rim design. I'm not a big fan here of the 5-spoke finish, but it looks really good here with the black exterior paint. Looking at this mirror cap, there's some chrome trim here with this LED side marking up top. Jeep does offer this large panoramic sunroof here with these aerodynamic roof rails. The wheelbase here for the Jeep Grand Cherokee L is at 121.7 inches with an overall length of 204.9 inches. But let's take a look at the rear. Looking at the rear, let's start out with these taillights here. They're going to be a full LED design with the LED turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. I like that Jeep has the taillights very slim here and actually wrap around to the side profile. There's the limited badge here. On the left-hand side, there's the L badge with the 4x4 badge. There's also the Jeep emblem here with this rear wiper here to keep the rear glass clean. There's LED lights for the tag with this backup camera. There's rear parking sensors, also with some more chrome trim here. And this was the V6 model, so you can tow around 6,200 pounds. If you go for the V8 model, Jeep says you can tow around 7,200 pounds. But there's no visible exhaust trim here. Jeep hides it underneath the rear bumper. But open up the cargo back here. This limited model is equipped with a power opening tailgate with the seats folded up. Jeep says you get around 17.2 cubic feet of space. Once you fold down all the seats, it expands the cargo to 84.9 cubic feet of space. And underneath here, Jeep does give you some underfloor storage. Sitting in the interior here of the 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee L here, this interior looks very upscale and very modern. Jeep did a fantastic job here with this interior here. This is a 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 system. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can use the USB port or you can use a wireless function if you would like. And this is a 10-inch digital display. You can customize it to your liking. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. But reaching over here to shut the door and starting up the Grand Cherokee here. My model does come with the Pentastar V6, but let's talk about the door panel materials here. Very nice touch materials with this real aluminum accented door handle here. There's 2-purse memory with this wood trim here. There's also some painted aluminum trim here on the door panel. It is auto up, auto down, only for the driver and passenger, but not for the rear windows. Your mirror adjustment controls is here with some stitching here on the side. Nice padded area here. And down here is going to be additional storage and cup holder space. My model does come equipped with the Alpine sound system, which sounds pretty good. There's electronic parking brake. Your headlight controls are here with the dimmer switch. And this is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. It does offer a decent amount of range and adjustability. There is paddle shifters here, and on the back there's some controls for the sync and track, and on this side is for the volume control. The automatic high beam switch is there with the turn signal stock. The one rubber stock is right here. I do like the steering wheel, very large steering wheel. I like the thickness of it. There's some stitching here. Over here is how you customize this display here. It can show you your off-road page, also what's playing on your phone once you have it connected. Also your driver's assistance is here and what you've been averaging, and also your trip computer is there. The option to answer and hang up the phone is here. This does have the newer Jeep emblem here. I haven't seen this on any other Jeep model. Very nice emblem here. Over here is for the driver's assistance. This does have adaptive cruise control. There's some wood trim here with some aluminum painted trim on the steering wheel. I like the way the steering wheel looks, really elegant. Looking at the upper part of the dashboard, it's gonna be a nice leather dashboard with some stitching here. Over here's the air vents. There's the automatic start stop, lane keep assist, your traction control. Also with the hazard button there with the parking sensors. Like I mentioned, this is a 10.1-inch display. This does have fam cam, so you can spy on your rear passengers. Even if you have a rear facing child seat here, you can just zoom in here. It will show you what's actually in the seat or what's going on with your child. There's also a rear view camera there. Very nice high quality backup camera with trajectory and distance markers. And since my model does have the Pentastar V6, it can tow up to 6,200 pounds. If you guys look there, there's a track hawk right there. And you can also fold down the third row headrest via this button here. But going back here to the actual Uconnect 5 interface here, going here to the embedded navigation, it will show you where there's gas stations. The touch response here is very snappy. You can also zoom in and out if you would like. Very nice TomTom navigation there. But going here to phone connection, I do have my iPhone 12 Pro Max connected via the USB port. You can also use the wireless function if you would like. Once it's connected, as you guys can see, going here to the CarPlay, very bright screen. The Uconnect 5 system is one of the best. I guess my USB cord is acting really funny. As you guys can see, it's keep flickering in and out for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's not the actual Uconnect system. It's my phone. My Type-C is acting really funny. But going here to the Google Maps here, it does take up the whole screen. I like the nice bright screen here. It does leave some finger marks here. There's a lot of gloss black piano trim here. As you guys can see, plenty of fingerprints. So if you guys have OCD, you guys will be constantly wiping this down. It's going to be 3-level heated seats here, and there's also a heated steering wheel function here. So if you guys stay in a cold weather state, you would want to turn that on. There's a nice volume and tune knob here. Open up this, it does reveal my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Also with 2 USB-Cs with 2 USB ports there. There's a 12-volt here with a wireless phone charger. You can close this off if you want someone to see where your phone is at. Switching over here to the right, it does reveal a backup camera with trajectory, with distance markers, with front and rear parking sensors. Switching over here to neutral and over to drive. This is the same shifter that's in the Grand Wagoneer, so very high quality shifter here. This does house that 8-speed automatic transmission. Switching it back into park here, my model is missing the adaptive air suspension. It will be a toggle switch over here. You can adjust it to give it 10.9 inches of ground clearance. Since my model does not have the adaptive air suspension, I only have 8.5 inches of ground clearance here. But there's your drive mode selector here. It does show you an auto, snow, and also a sand and mud. It does turn off the traction control if you go into a sand and mud mode. So this does have the 4x4 system. There's also a snow mode, like I mentioned, an auto mode, and there is a sport mode. So it does show you a checker flag, and it will turn off the actual traction control once you go into a sport mode. There's 2 cup holders here, and I'm showing you guys the key fob here. This does have a remote start, a trunk release, a panic button, a lock and unlock feature there with the Jeep emblem on the back. The key does feel nice and sturdy in my hands, and there's more of that gloss black panel trim here. Looking at the center armrest, it does feel very nice and padded. It does also reveal a 2-level storage here with an LED light in the inside. The seats in here, they're very supportive and they're very comfortable. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here to let light into the cabin. But unfortunately, it does not go into the actual third row. As you guys can see there very closely, that little black piece, that's where the actual fam cam lives. And above me, there's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin with your controls here for the panoramic sunroof here. And there is a sunglass holder here. But looking at the glove compartment here, it does offer a decent amount of storage. There's more of that aluminum painted trim with some wood trim here. But overall, I'm very impressed with the Jeep Grand Cherokee L's interior. But let's hop into the second and third row. Getting into the second row here, the Jeep Grand Cherokee L here. As you guys can see here, my model does have these captain's chairs. If you guys want to get a bench seat, Jeep does offer that. But shutting the door here, the materials are going to be carried over from the front to the rear. Nice soft touch material. There's this wood trim here with this real metal door handle. There's 2 mount pockets back here for storage. Jeep does offer some features back here, which includes 3-level heated seats with their own set of climate controls. There's also rear air vents here. There's a household outlet down here with 2 USB ports with 2 USB-Cs here. There's also 2 cup holders here with additional storage. The floor back here is flat, and Jeep says you get around 39 inches of legroom here, and you can slide the seat forward and back to give the third row passenger a little bit more space. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here. If you guys want to get a bigger panoramic sunroof that goes into the third row, you have to check out the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, but that vehicle is going to cost way more than what Jeep is offering here for this limited model here. The captain's chairs feel very nice and comfortable, and you can stretch out back here on a long road trip. As you guys can see, Jeep does offer this recline function here, and the armrest does feel nice and padded, but I wish it was just a little bit more wider to accommodate my elbow here. And Jeep does put the air vents here on the side and also down here. But let's hop into the third row really quick here. Jeep makes it pretty simple. They give you this handle here. The seat will lift up and tilt forward. As you guys can see, there's a nice alleyway here to get into the third row. And unfortunately, Jeep just offered this with 2 seats. Some of the other competitors do offer 3 seats across back here. There's some charging ports back here, which includes a Type-C with a traditional USB port. There's also the air vents here on the side. And there's this large window here. So if you guys are claustrophobic, Jeep does give you this large window here to make you not feel like that. There's cup holders back here. And Jeep says you get around 30 inches of legroom here in the 3rd row of the Jeep Grand Cherokee L. I have plenty of foot space underneath this seat here. I can actually 2nd row passenger here to slide the seat forward to give me a little bit more leg room. And above me there's this camera here for the fam cam, so you guys can check on the rear passengers. But overall, Jeep did a really good job here with the packaging of the 2nd and 3rd row. Opening up the hood here of the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, Jeep will offer this with 2 different powertrains. Let's talk about the V8 powertrain. That's additional $3,000. That makes 357 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. And Jeep says that can tow up to 7,200 pounds. And unfortunately, I do not have that powertrain as of this filming. I have the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. This powertrain here makes 293 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. And it is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The fuel economy here for the Pentastar is rated at 18 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 21 combined. And Jeep says this can tow 6,200 pounds. So starting off in the 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee L, finally Jeep is now offering a 3-row family hauler here. So in this segment, it competes against the Chevy Traverse, the Ford Explorer, the Toyota Highlander. So all those 3-row SUVs are really good sellers. So now Jeep wants a piece of the pie when it comes to those models. Visibility out of the Grand Cherokee here is really good. It does have the fam cam, so you can watch the rear passengers if you would like. So you have a rear facing child seat, you want to check on your baby, you can definitely do that, because this is what this car is for. And this has the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, so a really good powertrain here. This powertrain makes 293 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. And I'm taking this road here a little aggressively, but I recommend that you guys don't do that because it does feel heavy. Or I feel like it could tip over maybe if you go a little fast. But this SUV does handle really well. The powertrain is really quiet, but when you put your foot to the floor, it just gets up and go. But I would recommend going for the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 that makes 357 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. That's paired with a ZF automatic transmission, so it's an 8-speed. This model here is paired with an 8-speed as well. The fuel economy for the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 here is rated at 18 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 21 combined. So the fuel efficiency is really good, and Jeep will be offering a plug-in variant. If you guys go for the two-row model, I'm sorry, I can't even get my words out. You go for the 2-row model, Jeep will offer a plug-in variant. I'm not sure, they didn't say anything about offering it here on the L model. So maybe, I feel like they should, because these 2 powertrains are carryover from the other Grand Cherokee, which is not bad powertrains. But the V6, it does sound really good, but I have to test the V8 just to see how that compares to this V6. But the V6 is really strong, and Jeep says you can tow around 6,200 pounds. This does have a driver's assistant, which includes forward collision warning with lane keeping assist, also with blind spot monitoring. And the exterior styling of the new Grand Cherokee L here is very beautiful. It looks really different from the other competitors in the segment, like I mentioned, which is the Ford Explorer, the Chevy Traverse, all those other competitors in the segment. This one, I want to say, looks the best in my opinion. I like the sleek headlights, also the sleek tail lights. You get plenty of cargo space at 17.2 cubic feet of space, so it does have class-leading cargo numbers compared to like a Toyota Highlander, which gets around 16 or 14 cubic feet of space with the 3rd row up. And once you fold down all the seats, Jeep says it expands to 83 cubic feet of space, so really good numbers. But the Chevy Traverse is going to have the most at around 98 cubic feet of space. But the ride quality here is really good. This rides on the same platform as the Alfa Romeo. They call it the Giorgio platform, so a really good sturdy platform. I don't feel any harsh vibrations from this V6. I don't feel it through the pedals or through the steering wheel. So really good powertrain, but I can't wait to test out the 5.7-liter V8. Let's use the paddle shifters here. This does have paddle shifters. This is 1st gear. It does have a nice growl from it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I didn't know any better, this could go for a V8, because it does have a nice rumble from it. The V6 sounds really good, and it gets up really good. It knows what right gear to be in. It knows what gear to be in the power band. So really good 8-speed automatic transmission. The fuel economy is really good. The driver's assistance is really good in this vehicle. This cabin is just on a whole nother level. No other competitor looks like this. Like, the Uconnect system is one of the best in the business. It does offer wireless features, which includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I like the steering wheel. It feels very chunky. So if you guys wanted to do a couple of tight maneuvers, the steering wheel feels really good to hold in your hands. And the seats in here, they're comfortable. They're only 3-level heated seats. I wish that Jeep would offer cool seats here on the Limited model. You guys have to go for another trim level if you want those features. But I'm just really impressed. This SUV here handles really good. You have this digital 10-inch display. No other competitor offers that besides the Ford Explorer. And I think you have to go for a top trim in order to get that feature. Jeeps makes this completely standard on all trim levels. Bro, the things that I see, a peacock just trying to commit suicide. I'm keeping that in the video. A peacock just trying to run in front of the car. Thank God it didn't. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this interior. The interior looks really nice. The exterior styling is just really beautiful. But Jeep did a fantastic job here with the Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Starting price here for the Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited trim here is at $45,995 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited here stickers for $52,320. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive On Reviews and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.